the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right?
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Nabers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Williams. That's complete. Rome Odunze. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. They go play action now. Wilson in trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
Now it's Wilson. A throw right side caught by Nabers. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
To the air, Williams. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw, Williams. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at 7-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So the kick from here, a field goal, would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Holston Loveland. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Williams. That is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyler Scott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense and receiver Malik Nabers headed onto the field. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved. Wilson. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 71 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Gano the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Brian Burns. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Colston Loveland. A 7-yard pickup.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Wilson. Complete right side to Hyatt. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. In motion, Slayton. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
He's got this complete to Burden. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bears come into this one still undefeated despite the 1 tie. They have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
1st down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field.
Rome Odunze from 8 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and they get to him again. And go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Now Wilson. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
They'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Williams going to sneak it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Williams. Pass caught by Burden.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Brings up 3rd down. Throwing
is Williams.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 46-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Giants first down. It's a gain of 25
Now it's Wilson.
And
an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Stevenson on the coverage.
Here's Wilson to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. To the air, Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before break. Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It's Week 10, Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday, by the way. We salute all the brave men and women who keep our country safe. This one's for you. Here we go with the highlights. Our look around the league starts now, and it starts with a good one here. And it's the veteran, Kirk Cousins. He gets this one complete, 6-yard touchdown pass. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos. They're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is Bo Nix hooking up with the veteran, Courtland Sutton. A 30-yard touchdown strike. The Broncos get a much-needed win as they move back to 500 at 5-5. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And this is Chuba Hubbard. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Panthers lead it by a touchdown at the half. A final look there at the rest of the scores from Week 10 with Cincinnati, Dallas, Kansas City, and Tennessee all on their bye. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these two sides through 2 quarters. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
And he returns this to the 22. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
To throw, it's Williams.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
brings up 2nd and long.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll give him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here now, 3rd and a yard. To throw, Williams. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll go. Here's Williams. Over the middle is going to find Burden.
And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
And the Bears, 1st down.
Back to the running game with Swift. And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
Now Williams from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Sacked by Brian Burns. A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Deontay Banks in the right spot there to break it up.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Throwing is Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Tyler Gordon on the coverage.
Tracy trying the right side.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Brady Jarrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Giants send out their punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken in at the 22. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Williams. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That's good for the Bears. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 35. And the Bears
back to throw. Williams. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are able to widen their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Williams going to throw for it.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So that one a disaster, a big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Wilson.
High up there to grab it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Giants.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he bats Gets it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, Wilson. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. He's got Slayton on the slant. Now a 2nd and 2.
To Darius Slayton. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career, but we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. That's to the sideline and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Williams. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Chauncey Golston in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Wilson. Pressure comes and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Wilson. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. The offense on third down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19. And now another one thrown incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Nabers with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Here's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. The Giants going to take over again on offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now it's Wilson. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The home team's offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to run.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Once again, it's Swift.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
The Giants offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Grady Jarrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines are raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Throwing now is Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Boy, going for it at this stage in the 2nd half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation and there's no way they're going to fake it here. And they probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. There's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. Well, they had one final chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles, and that ends up being the final play in this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Special teams coaches, they spend a lot of time working on these types of situations, and they go over every crazy possibility that can happen in this situation. They were able to cover successfully and end the game.
So for Chicago, the win is their 8th on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.